Well, good morning out there in real estate land. It's Tony Alvarez, the Outspoken Investor today. I'm wearing my real estate hat this morning, and I just wanted to share something with you. Many of you know that I've done most of my business in the Antelope Valley, a small little area in Southern California. Most of my real estate investing experience. Before that, I started there in the late 1990s, but before that I did a bunch of stuff. I worked as an appraiser and I did some other investing stuff, and I've been involved in a lot of different things from multi-residential to commercial development. I've done a lot of different stuff, mostly as an investor, not real hands-on. I don't do, with the exception of being involved in checking on the rehabs and stuff like that. I don't swing a hammer. I don't get involved in that part of it. My whole love of real estate has been from almost like because my basic training was as an appraiser, was in finding the deals, finding the deals or creating them. I love real estate. I really do. I love the properties I own. People say don't get emotionally attached. Well, I do. I get emotionally attached about the houses I buy, the workers I work with, the lenders I work with. I mean, to me, it's all one big family, and anytime anything changes within that family, it affects me, and so I take it very strongly. I don't work with people lightly. I don't, I just don't, I repeat the same things over and over again. Work with the same folks. I work in the same target market. That's the whole thing. I'm very involved in the community as far as being, I don't get out there and socialize with a lot of folks. I'm very private when it comes to those things, but I am very much, I care about the communities I live in. And all of those things I wanted to share with you because to a certain extent, they're all very important, in the level of success that you experience and also the level of gratification that you get from doing what you do and how excited you are every morning to get up and go out there and do and participate. It's not just about chasing money. And I'll give you an example. I'll try to make it as brief as I can. I moved up here to Oregon. I'm here half the time, and I'm down in Los Angeles half the time, or wherever. And, someone heard me on the radio being interviewed by Bruce Norris years ago, and he happens to live up here in Medford, Oregon. So he immediately contacts Aaron Norris and says, hey, I'd like to speak with Tony now that I heard that he's up here, because I did a recent interview. And he heard me years ago, and when he heard me years ago, he sent me a little copy of a book he wrote with him and his wife and stuff. And he's a buy and hold guy. And he goes on to share with me that, he's got a bunch of properties up here, not houses, apartment buildings. These guys are apartment buildings. And he belongs to a club that's in Medford, Oregon. And they're all a group of, guys that buy and hold guys. And then he asked if I would like to speak there, which I love to do, as you know. I just love to talk. So I was excited. I said, of course, And in the process of going through all that, he sends me another email about a week later and says, hey, I heard that you were down talking to one of the regional lenders here in town, and you spoke with so-and-so, and he mentions a guy's name who I had met. And he says, and I heard that he introduced you to some of the bigwigs down here in Medford. And I said, yes. He says, well, I'd like to revisit that with you again to see if maybe why you didn't stay with us. Is there something we can do to help you to be with us as a customer? I happen to be on the board of directors. And my dad is a major shareholder. And I've been with that lender forever and a day. And we already talked about you and this and that. They got... How many times do I tell you people to share the things that are in your heart and mind with the public? Every chance you get, you never know who's listening. Can you imagine this? This is a guy who's been up here for ages. His father before him. And everyone up here respects them and knows who they are. To me, it was just a voice from someone who heard me speak. And he turns out to be one of the most connected people up here. I'm sure he wouldn't interpret it that way himself. He's a very kind person, these people are very humble business people up here. But there you go. This is potentially going to change my whole situation up here from one interview I did with the Norris Group. Bruce Norris, you never stop helping me, and you don't even know you're doing it. Anyways, Share the things, share your views. When you get a chance to speak in groups or wherever it is, express yourself. Tell the truth about what your dreams are, what your plans are. You never know who's out there who can change things for you for the better. All right, I gotta go. That's my real estate tip for the day. See ya.